Slocum, Texas was largely African American, with several black citizens owning considerable amount of property, stores, and other businesses. This alone in parts of the South might have been enough to bring about violence. When a white man reportedly tried to collect a disputed debt from a well-regarded black citizen, a confrontation occurred, hard feelings lingered, and a prominent white citizen named James Spurger was infuriated and became an agitator. Many accounts report James Spurger instigated events by claiming he was threatened by blacks. Rumors spread of the Negro community and warnings of threats against white citizens and plans for race riots, and on July 29th, white hysteria transformed into bloodshed. Stoked and goaded by Spurger and others, a collection of white mobs made up of Slocum locals and heavily armed white residents from all over Anderson County roamed through the area in groups of 6 or 7 or in mobs of 30 to 40, and according to some reports, up to 200. They moved from road to road and cabin to cabin, shooting down Negroes in their tracks. Survivors of the bloodshed spread the word, and African Americans began fleeing. The white mobs followed blacks into the surrounding forests and marshes and shot many victims in the back as they fled. Several bodies were later discovered with personal possessions by their sides. A conservative estimate places the number killed at 18, while many men of standing in the community declared that no less than 40 were killed, but other accounts say more. No white man was injured in the so-called riot. During and afterward, many black residents fled the town, leaving behind real estate, homes, and other assets to save their lives. Their property was later seized by white residents. At least 13 other white men were arrested for the attacks, and Spurger and 6 others were indicted on 22 counts of murder. They were never tried. They were released without trial. A sheriff would later tell the New York Times, "These Negroes have done no wrong that I can discover. I don't know how many were in the mob, but there may have been 200 to 300. They hunted the Negroes down like sheep." On January 16, 2016, a state highway marker commemorating the victims was unveiled in a ceremony featuring their descendants and state officials. The marker was sought by Constance Holly Joade, a Dallas school district administrator whose great-grandfather, John Holly, was among the victims. He survived the massacre but fled with his family, losing his granary, dairy, and general store that he had developed since slavery.
My uncle Alex, he's out here somewhere. I want him found. My cousins are out here somewhere buried, like animals, and I want them found so my family can properly funeralize them. We were a proud people who owned businesses, a granary, a general store, a dairy, acres and acres of land. We were prosperous until the white surrounding community became envious and put a halt to our upward trajectory, economic trajectory.
This is the Slocum, Texas Massacre. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth on YouTube and Facebook.